Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of EduConnect With Us. I'm your host, Sam Gutierrez, and we're here with Jessica Record, our president at EduConnect USA.
Hi.
And our CEO and founder, Rodrigue Colaianni.
Hello, everyone.
And I think today we're going to discuss CPT and OPT and what that means and what it entails as an international student. So I think a good place to start is just pretty much the definitions and what CPT is and what OPT is.
So CPT and OPT are acronyms you're going to see a lot. CPT, it stands for Curricular Practical Training. And that is a work authorization under the F1 visa that allows you to work while you study. It's within the regulations, and then it's up to the school and program on how they set it up and define it. So one of the things about CPT is that it needs to be approved by your school and by the program. So it has to be, it's intended to be a way for you to apply what you're learning in the classroom in a real world setting, and it should be connected to what you're studying.
And OPT, what's the difference between the two?
Yes. So CPT is while you study. OPT is the period of time following your studies that you're allowed to work. And OPT stands for Optional Practical Training. So it's something that you can choose to do after your degree program if you have a position. So OPT is something that you would apply for towards the end of your studies because it takes a while to get approved by the government. So typically students apply as early as 90 days before the end of their program for OPT with the job that they have. And once they get approved, they can work up to 12 months full-time for their OPT.
So why is this topic so important to international students? I see that it's the work aspect, but why is it such an important topic?
So, it's an important topic because when you're an international student, right, coming to the US, you want to learn, you want to obtain a degree, but ideally you also want to have practical experience and also you want to have a salary or stipend to be able to sustain yourself in the US, right, to help you financially. So it's quite an important topic right now because every university has different rules and how they apply CPT and how do they allow students to do CPT. So it's very important for international students to understand that even though the CPT is very common, right, and it has the same meaning for every university, it's a curricular practical training, but the interpretation and how university allows students to work can be very different from one university to another one. So I give you an example, actually a few examples, is like some university will allow you to work while you study, but only on campus. So they allow CPT on campus. Other university will allow you to work outside of campus and find a host employer. The third point is, depending on the university, some will allow you to work part-time and some will allow you to work up to full-time. Then it's obviously the choice of the student to decide if they really want to work full-time while they study. And are they going to be able to be a good student and have good grades while working full-time? But that's really the key, is you have to understand that CPT is allowed, in most university, but it can be very, very different from one university to another.
And CPT and OPT are important because it's one thing to earn your degree, but it's another thing to gain that real life experience. So we know that when students finish with school, they graduate, they move on to the job market, they're applying for jobs. The employers are going to be looking to see if they have a degree, but really they're going to be looking to see what experience they have as well.
Right.
So it's not enough anymore to get your degree and then jump right into the workforce. Employers are looking for that experience as well. So it's a really important way that international students can apply what they're learning.
Yeah. And so what does CPT and OPT look like at Alliant or with EduConnect?
So I think one of the great thing about Alliant is that they understood that CPT is very important to students, right? Um, Coming from Europe, I know that, internships are embedded into all the, I would say, graduate schools in Europe, right? It's something that they've been doing for a very, very long time. Here in the US, it's not very common that American students do internship and work, and gain experience in the same field that they study. But it's very, very common in Europe. So Alliant understood that it has some benefit not only for the students, but also for their program, because they hear and they connect with employers and they adjust their academic program to make sure the students are employable when they graduate. And I think that's one of the key in today's world of education is that students know that when they graduate, they will have an opportunity to work and have an employment waiting for them.
Yeah.
So university needs to go above and beyond academic, but understand what are the needs of the employers. And that's really what is done with Alliance, with our host employer or partner employers, to create those opportunities for students. So CPT is key not only for the students, but also for the university, honestly.
If CPT, is such an important aspect to international students, why don't more universities offer it?
Well, it's a good question, and the thing here is that university have been there for ever, right? And I would say some of them, unfortunately, are not equipped to help students find host company, find jobs, find internship, right? So for them, at some point, it's easier potentially not to offer CPT because, to be honest, it's one thing to offer CPT, but it's another thing to help and guide the students so that it's done successfully, right? So when we partner with Alliance, they really externalize their career center to us at EduConnect because we had the experience of finding position for students, right? And that's why it's working quite well. But if a university wants to offer CPT, they have to hire a whole career center, right? Which will not only gather position from employers, but will guide the students with helping them for their interview, helping them with a resume, um, helping them connect, through LinkedIn. So it requests quite a lot of investment for a university and follow up, and also administrative works, right? Because you have to gather the right paperwork from the employers. You have to log all this information into the government's database, and so it's not easy to set up a successful CPT program within a university.
Yeah. So if I was an international student, why would I choose Alliant and EduConnect for our university?
So that's a good question, and I don't want to be biased, and I am biased, obviously, being the CEO of EduConnect. But really, what I would tell an international students is to do research, right?
Right.
Contact the university, make sure they allow CPT during the entire program, right? Because if you do a CPT during the entire program, you have opportunity to grow within your company and get, a promotion and opportunities. Another important aspect as an international student is, are you going to help me find a company?
Right.
Right. And that's what we do at EduConnect. We are experts in locating host employers for international students, employers that are open to hire international students.
Yeah.
So choosing EduConnect and Alliance, you can kind of choosing two organizations that will work with you so that you can do CPT and OPT while you study. You can pay as you learn, thanks to your salary, and you will really get a personalized, even individualized help to find a host employer. So not all university in the US offers this kind of services. So that's why I would say that, you should choose EduConnect.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time and all the insights on CPT and OPT. I think we really covered a lot. Thank you to all our listeners. And if you're out there just exploring opportunities, remember to visit our website or just book a call with us, and we'll be happy to go over your specific case and what programs and options are available for you so that you can start working and studying in the US. So remember to EduConnect with us, and we'll see you next episode.